Yong Peng, everlasting peace as the Chinese call it, is showing every sign of living up to its name. Not long ago, this thriving new village on Malaya's main highway was a trouble spot plagued by communist terrorists. Now, after resettlement, it is a center of new industries and prosperous agriculture and happy family life. What a contrast there is now in the life of these smiling people. Before, they were scattered along the jungle fringes, scratching a bare existence. They were intimidated by the terrorists and forced to hand over food and their scant earnings. They could hardly call their souls their own. Now they are free to manage their own affairs. The folk of Yong Peng recently went to the polls for the first time in their lives and elected a local council to run their village. Development is now the key word. Still more land is being cleared for crops. Villagers lend each other a hand to prepare their plots. Already, Yong Peng is growing enough for itself and for the rubber estates around it. The yield from their own rubber small holdings is processed on the spot. Yong Peng is certainly a home for happy families, and there's enough to eat for all. Pig rearing is being developed on a large scale. A greater certainty about the future has given these people confidence to open up more land and to produce still more food. Perhaps the school is the greatest source of pride. They raised over $60,000 themselves for it. Something for the women of Yong Peng that is all their own, a women's institute. Here the women of the village exchange ideas about handicraft, cooking, hygiene, sewing, and of course the local gossip. Many adults attend classes at night after a hard day's work. Such is the spirit of Yong Peng. Here, Malaya's future citizens are preparing themselves for their responsibilities. The butcher is an elected member of the local council, and also a shareholder in the village power station, which is locally run and financed. The sawmill is a good example of the cooperative spirit in the village. People can buy timber for new houses on the time payment system, interest-free and without security. Fresh, clean water supply helps to keep the village healthy and also serves the new industries which are rapidly turning the village of Yong Peng into a bustling town. Tools are hammered out on the spot for most of the jobs to be done there. Yong Peng is rapidly becoming famous for its own particular brand of soya bean sauce. The beans are fermented in the open air in the time-honored way. After it is bottled in the factory, the sauce finds its way into shops all over the country. Wooden clog making is another of the small industries that flourish in a settled community. Timber is plentiful, and a steady demand for clogs keeps the craftsman's hands busy. Pride in their new village has gripped most people. They're ready to strip off their shirts and get down to any job that needs doing. The work of improvement goes on. The old atap-roofed shops are being replaced with solid new buildings costing $20,000 each. Young Peng has every right to be proud of its progress. Not all the new villages in Malaya have yet reached this stage of development. Some may never reach it. But Yong Peng has shown how much can be done when people are prepared to work together for their own good. These fine new buildings are solid assurances of faith in the future. Faith that Yong Peng will prosper as a permanent town on the main highway between Kuala Lumpur and Singapore. At the end of the day, the men of Yong Peng turn out on their own home guard patrols. They have built for themselves a safe and prosperous life inside their village. They're determined to protect it from any threat from outside, so that Yong Peng will one day become, in all truth, a place of everlasting peace.